What is going on, guys? 2.0 here, and in today's video we're going to be taking a look at the loot that I got from this Iron Banner event. So in this video we'll take a look at the loadout that I've been using this time around for the Iron Banner, as well as the loot that I've had from the end of match reward screen. We'll also take a look at what I'm going to be buying from Lord Saladin over there, and finally we will be opening our rank 5 package from leveling up our Iron Banner rank all the way up to rank 5. So first we'll take a look at the loadout that I have been using this time in this Iron Banner. So we're over on my Hunter and I've been using my Night Stalker. So if we go ahead and inspect this, I've got my Vortex Grenade, I've got Triple Jump, I do use Quiver. Some people do prefer to use Black Hole, but generally I find I do better whenever I use Quiver. I also have the Envenom, so my smokes gain a toxin that will damage enemies within the smoke grenades. Also using Lockdown, so my grenade and smoke effects will last twice as long. Really useful. And finally I've got Keen Scout, so that I can see those red X's on my screen whenever I have damaged a target. It makes it a lot easier to find people if they go around a corner. You can easily see exactly where they are hiding. I also have the sealed Ahankara's Graph, so that I have double smokes, double toxins. Really useful. I'm spec'd for a lot of strength so that I can constantly throw those smokes. Really fun way to play. It's a little bit different because I do tend to use Gunslinger whenever I go in the Crucible, and this time I mixed it up a bit and changed it up and went for Night Stalker. So the guns that I've been using, I have my Haken's Hatchet, which is the Iron Banner auto rifle. This is the stock one that Lord Saladin sold a couple of months back. The upgrades on this: kills the weapon, grant bonus damage for a short time, and the weapon has increased stability. I wasn't really too keen on this weapon at first, but after playing with it for quite a while, it really can hang with those melt machines like the Doctrine of Passing. It does melt people really quickly if you get your shots on target. So it's a very fun weapon to use. If you've got it, definitely test it out. It's got me a lot of success in this Iron Banner so far. Then we have my Sniper, my 1000 yard stare. This is the stock one from the quest, so the weapon handles and reloads faster when the wielder is the last living player on their fire team. Not really made any use for that in the Iron Banner, but it does have Firefly, where precision kills with the weapon cause the target to explode. Very fun upgrade to use and mess around with. My heavy, I use a machine gun, the Harrow Quilm's Thermos from the raid. This is at 320, and the weapon grows more accurate the longer it is fired. I believe that perk is called Persistence. In my opinion, it's the best one you can get on this raid heavy machine gun. It makes it a lot more easy to hit those shots. We have already taken a look at my gauntlets, the sealed Ahankara's Grasp for those double smokes. I'm also using the raid helmet and chest just because they are 320, and obviously light levels do matter in Iron Banner. But I am using my Iron Banner leg armors. These do have that perk where on respawn, weapon and movement speeds are greatly increased. So it's very useful. Whenever you spawn in, you can get right back into the action a lot quicker and a lot easier. I have my cloak on just for that extra reputation. And then as well as that, I have the shader and the emblem for that increased rep as well. So that is my loadout that I have been using this particular Iron Banner event. Now let's take a look at the loot that I've got from the end of match reward screen. So I actually had a lot of loot drop. That's noticeable loot, like legendary gear from the Iron Banner. But unfortunately, every single item was gauntlets. So all of these Iron Banner gauntlets are brand new. And I think the reason I didn't get any weapons is because I did rush through the ranks. I got to rank 5 on my Hunter on day 2 of the Iron Banner, so Wednesday. And that just means that I do have less time to get those weapons to drop, as they do not drop until the higher level ranks. And I did shoot through those higher level ranks by turning in my weekly bounties. So I didn't really have a great deal of time to get those weapons, but I'm going to be playing a lot more. Probably going to level up my Warlock next, so maybe we will get lucky and get some of those weapons to drop. But we did get all of these gauntlets. So this has 286, 286, 294, 307 defense, quite a high drop there, and then finally 292 drop with intellect discipline, intellect discipline, intellect discipline again, intellect strength, and then discipline strength. And the upgrades on these: increased melee attack speed and increased reload speed with auto rifles. I love the increased melee attack speed on my gauntlets, and then increased reload speed with auto rifles is going to be really useful for me now that I've discovered this Haken's Hatchet to be one of my new favorite guns to use in the Crucible. So these are actually really good gauntlets with those increased melee attack speed and the auto rifle reloader perk. These are exactly the same, just slightly lower on the discipline and intellect rolls. So I'll go ahead and dismantle those because these are obviously better. We then have Intellect and Discipline again, but the upgrades on these: increased grenade throw distance and increased reload speed with snipers. I hate increased grenade throw distance, so those will be dismantled as well. We then have the 307 defense ones. These have Intellect and Strength, both at pretty high, 45 and 47. And the upgrades on these are the exact same as these ones here: increased melee attack speed and increased reload speed with auto rifles. And I was going to say that these are now going to be my primary Iron Banner gauntlets, but now that I think about it, now that I'm using my Night Stalker, Strength is obviously really useful, as having those smokes up a lot is going to be really good. And so having this Intellect and Strength instead of Intellect and Discipline is probably going to be a lot more beneficial to me. So I'm going to go ahead and dismantle these. I'll lock these to make these my primary gauntlets to use in the Crucible from now on. And then finally, these ones here do have increased reload speed with fusion rifles, which I'm not going to be making use of, so those will be dismantled. Now I'm over here because I did get even more gauntlets to drop, believe it or not. I have these here at 300 defense, Intellect and Strength again, but they have increased grenade throw distance. These at 296, they also have increased grenade throw distance. And then finally, 293, Discipline and Strength, increased melee attack speed and increased reload speed with shotguns. So those last ones are actually pretty decent as well. But these ones here, as well as the next ones, I'm going to dismantle for those legendary marks, help me be able to buy those weapons from Lord Saladin. But both of these I'm pretty happy with, so overall not too bad. Like I said, would have really liked to get some weapons drop, especially with some really nice rolls, but I did shoot through the ranks. Maybe we'll get some over on my Warlock and Titan if I get around to leveling them up as well. But let's take a look at what I'm going to be buying from Lord Saladin over here. So there's our rank 5 package. We'll get to that in a bit. So out of all the loot that he has brought, I obviously have plenty of these. I do have both of the helmets already. The PlayStation exclusive gauntlets I do not have yet, but these do have increased grenade throw distance. I'm not really a fan of that upgrade at all, so I'm not going to be picking these up, although I do really like the look of these PlayStation exclusive ones. I do think they look a lot better than the usual ones, but the perks on them just are not quite as good, in my opinion, as the ones that I had to drop. We also have the Sniper, precision kills the weapon cause target to explode, so Firefly again, and then quick unassisted kills with the weapon, reduce grenade and melee cooldown. That perk's not really too brilliant, but I am definitely going to be picking this up, looking forward to testing that out and seeing what it is like. And then finally, the rocket launcher, really looking forward to using this. As you can see there, the upgrades on this: shells fired from this weapon track their target, so it has tracking, and it also has the upgrade where the launcher's tube can hold 3 shells. This is a very good looking rocket launcher. Cannot wait to test it out and see if it is as good as it looks and as it appears, because this could potentially be everyone's new favorite Crucible rocket launcher to use, and I'm glad, because it is an Iron Banner one. It's obviously tailored for Crucible, so hopefully this one performs as well as I think it's gonna. But that's everything I'm going to be buying from him. Not going to be picking up any of the armors because I have all of them apart from these, but they did not come with those good upgrades. Did just buy the Sniper, and when I finally get 14 more legendary marks, I will be picking up this rocket launcher for sure, straight away. So that's everything that I got from Lord Saladin for buying. Now let's take a look at my rank 5 package. So let's take a look what we're going to get. We're going to get the vest, so the chest armor, as well as the ghost, 4 strange coins and 4 motes of light. So the ghost, I have plenty of these. This detects and marks nearby helium filaments and generates additional glimmer when killing warlocks, and it did drop with a discipline and strength roll, so I'm not really going to be making too much use of that. I do have this brand new crimson shell from the crimson doubles at 320, as well as my 320 raid one that I got to drop a few weeks back. And then finally, what did this drop at? This dropped at 315, pretty decent drop there, pretty high. Probably use it to infuse into something else. But let's take a look at the upgrades. So increase the amount of scout rifle ammo. I do like scout rifles. And increase recovery for 5 seconds after taking arc splash damage. Yeah, I'm probably going to infuse this into, say, my Crest of Alpalupi or something like that, just to bring that slight level up a little bit more, because I do already have a 310 chest which is fully leveled, and does have a lot better upgrades than that, in my opinion. But yeah, pretty happy with that. We are definitely going to be making use of some of the stuff that we got, especially those gauntlets that I said at the start, and as well as that Sniper and the rocket that we got from Lord Saladin. I do also have a Crucible package. I thought I'd save it just for this video, just in case we get something good from it. And it doesn't look like we're going to need the Astrite 1.1 leg armors, as well as some more strange coins and motes. So we'll just take a quick look at these. They dropped at 270, intellect and discipline, increased amount of sniper ammo, decent, and then increased agility for 5 seconds after solo double kills. That's not too bad, but I'm going to dismantle that just to get one step closer to getting the 90 legendary marks that I need for that rocket launcher. Okay guys, I was going to end the video there, but I decided I'm going to pull some stuff out of my vault that I don't really make a great deal of use of, and I'm just going to dismantle it to get those legendary marks, and then buy that rocket launcher. So it looks really good. We need 2 more legendary marks, so we'll just go ahead and get rid of this ghost shell that we just got. So we do now have enough finally to get this rocket launcher. Definitely picking that up, and I'm going to lock it straight away because I do not want to accidentally dismantle this. We'll go ahead and infuse it up. I do already have this rocket launcher, but it did not have anywhere near as good as perks as this. I got it in my last rank 5 Iron Banner package, and it did drop at 317, so I'm going to be able to infuse this one all the way up to 317 again, and I'll probably got some spare 320 heavies from the War Priest challenge mode that I can make this into 320, but I'll test it out, see if it does perform as well as I think it is going to before I use any of my high level gear to infuse into it. But that is going to bring us to the end of this video, guys. We took a look at the loadout that I used, the drops that I got, what I bought, and we also opened the rank 5 package as well as a crucible package from leveling up my crucible. So that is going to bring us to the end of the video, guys. Let me know down below in the comments what you thought of the loot that I got, and also what you got from all of your rank 5 packages. Subscribe if you're new around here, as I do upload daily Destiny videos, and as always, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys on the next one.